Whether you believe you can do something or you believe you can't, chances are you'll be right. It really is amazing how powerful our mind is and how often the things that we focus our attention on become a self-fulfilling prophecy in some ways. There's a famous Tony Robbins quote that says, "Where our attention goes, energy flows." And I know for me personally, I've seen this play out time and time again. When we have that negative mindset, negative results just follow that line of thinking. But when we're able to lift ourselves back up above that negativity and refocus on what's most important and really genuinely develop and cultivate that healthy mindset, focusing on inputs rather than external results, the external world sort of has a way of producing what it is that we're after. It's a bit counterintuitive in some ways. It feels like the less we think about those external results, the more likely we are of achieving them. So today I just wanted to take a moment to explore the question of who we are. Are we the type of person who is scared to be on the hook and take action? Or are we the type of person who does everything that's required to help us progress towards our goals? And can we change the way that or change the beliefs that we hold about who we are? I've been trying out a few different call to actions of late, and this is another one I've got for you today. If you are someone who has been struggling with that belief that you have what it takes to be a success in your business, I have a little hack that can get you rethinking, at least on a small scale, rethinking and genuinely believing that you have what it takes to do the things that you need to be doing. It's a little 5-minute a day exercise, and I put it, same as always, put a Google Doc together, put a little video together. And if that negative mindset has been something that has potentially been holding you back, this might be exactly what you need to start turning things around. So like always, just reach out, let me know where to send it, and it's my completely free gift to you. Hello and welcome back to the From Zero to Marketing Hero podcast. My name is Paul Heron. I'm a life coach and entrepreneur. And over the last 5 years, I've been building a successful one-on-one coaching business. During this time, I've worked with and helped dozens of clients discover who they truly are. And I've helped them redefine what success means and cultivate this continuous improvement mindset, which I think is at the core of a healthy internal relationship and belief system. This podcast is my latest effort at continuing to push myself out of my comfort zone. Over the past 5 years, I've predominantly outsourced my marketing, and I recently decided this is the year I'm going to figure this stuff out. So I decided to upload a podcast episode every single day to not only document the journey, but to give you guys a bit of a look at all the highs and lows along the way and hopefully provide a ton of value. So without any further ado, let's get into today's episode where I want to explore this question of who we are at that identity level and whether or not we can change that belief system that we hold in terms of our ability to be able to show up and do the work that's required to be the success that we want to be. I've also got 3 tips that can really help you get started in challenging and changing our belief system. I'll share them towards the end, but I guess the perfect place to start is really to define what this actually means. You know, what is going on when we're even talking about who we are at that identity level, and are we an action taker or are we someone that is a little bit susceptible to the resistance? And I guess in many ways, this follows on directly from the chat that I had yesterday in terms of what our goals are. Are our goals to be as authentic as we can? Or are our goals around growing and moving to a place that's beyond where we are right now? And there's no right or wrong with any of this stuff. We have to decide and we have to make decisions for ourselves about what is truly most important to us, what we believe and what we think we are capable of. There is an element of us being able to use tools to set the challenges that we take on at the correct level of difficulty, I think is a good way of describing that. There's a lot of stuff that we can apply and use to give ourselves the best chance of determining what it is that we are going to try next or take action on, and hopefully bring or create the environment and create the mindset that's going to enable us to show up and do the thing. But in reality, we're human after all. We're emotional beings. We have fears. We have anxiety that creeps in. There's so many things going on when it comes to the prospect of doing new challenging things. And there's very few of us that can set ourselves a challenge and just jump in and do the work regularly and consistently. I heard a statistic a while back, and I think it was about 3% of people can operate in that way, which means 97% of us, and I know that I fall into this bucket as well, are going to be experiencing some level of resistance at the challenges we set ourselves. And this is where it becomes really interesting, I think, when we think about things at the identity level. If we, for example, hypothetically, have this view of ourselves that we're weak, we can't do the things that we commit ourselves to, we're never going to amount to the goals and dreams that we have. If we have a focus on this negative belief system, then what we're effectively going to be doing is looking for as much evidence as we can to support that idea. Again, that's our human nature, and I know that I've been there as well. We collect evidence to support the ideas and to help reinforce the beliefs that we have to make us feel okay. And I know this is a huge challenge for a lot of us. Our internal dialogue is hard to turn off. It's really difficult for us to change a belief. And I don't think we can just say, all right, that's one thing I used to believe. Now I'm going to decide to do something else or believe something else. I don't think we can approach it in that way. But what I think we can start to do is to make new empowering decisions for ourselves. I think we do get the opportunity to be able to say, all right, I'm going to make a decision that this is the type of person that I am going to be. Now, just making that decision doesn't really change anything. It's an excellent place to start. But then I think we just want to start really small and start acting in that way and start collecting as much evidence as we can to support that new decision that we've made. And if we're able to do that, it's funny how things can start to transform pretty drastically in some ways. If we change our focus, from the negative belief to the new empowering belief that we are making, we're already doing a 180 with where we're looking. We're not looking at the negative anymore. We're looking at the positive, and we're trying to find evidence to support that new idea. And at the start, it might well feel a little bit forced. It might be uncomfortable following through on some of the actions that you're committing yourself to doing. The external results might not be exactly what you want them to be. But I would really encourage anyone listening to not be focused on the external at all. Just be focused on the decisions you're making, the actions you're committing yourself to, the intentions you're making about showing up and who you are and how you're going to be. And every time you do the thing in line with that new decision, that is a piece of evidence to hold on to. It's all about you being the person who does the thing. And if we do that for long enough, if we continue to put the practice in and do the work, then eventually we might find that these things become habits. They become an unconscious thing that we just do because that's who we are. I feel like there's a lot more to this, and I feel like I could talk about this for forever, and there's probably more episodes to come on this particular topic, but I might leave it there for today. I did say there's 3 tips that you can take away and start using, or 3 tools that you can start using to help you make some small changes in this direction. The first off, I would recommend exactly what we spoke about there. Just make a decision about who it is that you are wanting to be, how it is that you want to be showing up. If it's to be the action taker and to do the things that you commit to, make the decision. The second thing I would recommend is to just start small. Approach this on a day-to-day basis. This is all about not being hard on yourself. It's about cultivating a healthy relationship with yourself. I would probably recommend the daily planning tool that I have mentioned in previous episodes. It's still here. If you're interested, let me know. I can send it straight through. But it's effectively just spending 5 minutes in the morning, planning the things that are most important for you to get done, giving yourself permission to go through the day being as present as you can and not being hard on yourself, and then a reflective piece at the end of each day. So spending 5 minutes just asking 3 simple questions: what worked, what didn't quite go to plan, and what did I learn that I can take into tomorrow? And this is the exact place that you can start to find this evidence of you doing the thing that you have committed and made that intention around. And the last thing that I would just recommend is not to look for massive change. just approach this in a continuous improvement way. And if you're looking for a 1% change every day, a 1% improvement, 1% improvement compounds over the course of a year, and it's I think it works out to be a 36% improvement over the course of a year, which is just huge. So I might leave it there for today. Hopefully this has you thinking and plants a little bit of a seed in terms of having that internal conversation about how it is that you want to be showing up each day. As I mentioned at the start of this show, I do have a simple 5-minute routine that can be used in conjunction with the daily planning tool to help get you some small wins, to help with a quick decision about how it is that you want to be showing up, and then finding that piece of evidence to support that idea. It really is something that can really give you that little bit of a kickstart you're looking for. If you're interested, just reach out, let me know where to send it, and I'll shoot it straight through as a completely free gift for you. The best way to find me is to head over to the website. It's paulheronlifecoaching.com. That's Heron with one R, Heron. There's a few different ways you can reach out there, but just reach out, let me know, start that conversation, and I will send it straight through. Finally, if you're enjoying the show, it'd be fantastic if you could just take a moment to hit subscribe. It does go a long way in helping share the show with a wider audience. And until tomorrow, have a fantastic day. Bye for now.